I'm going to be using an annoying amount of golf terms because Raph has me working during the Masters, which is in my contract as a day I will work, but I will complain that it's un-American. I am your host, Kevin. With me, of course, Raph Esparza, meaning it's time for Verbal Tap, the show that proves fighting way easier from outside the greens. Raph, you want to be careful with those sand catches. How you doing?
Good. You do realize golf is not a sport.
Sure. First, ouch. Second, you had COVID. So before we get knocking on anyone else's weakness, let's talk about yours.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that you're disclosing this because I certainly haven't. Anyway,
okay?
Yes, it's against my HIPAA violations, Kevin. Thank you. No, feeling much better. Thank you for asking.
What about Tiger Woods?
Thank you, Fernando. Raph, I'm not even go with the flow. Today's guest, Mr. Fernando. Thank you for Fernando Padilla. Thank you for hitting him with the real question. What about Tiger, Raph?
Who cares about Tiger?
Listen, everyone, bro.
No, I don't. And I'll tell you why, Fernando, because you didn't let me introduce you. I want you to understand something in my family. In my family, okay, my dad, when we were growing up, he would see Tiger Woods and he would look at me and he would be like, well, son, you know, that's my actual son because he plays golf and he's really good at it. And I'd be like, that's cool, Dad. You know, David Letterman is a very successful host that is exactly 1 year or 1 day older than you. And that's how I remember your birthday. So there was a lot of trash talk between my dad and I growing up, between who we love more. And I will tell you this. Tiger Woods, when he got into a car crash, I texted my dad and I go, Dad, your other son was in a car accident. And he goes, oh, my God, is he okay? Why couldn't it be the other son? I go, I'm the other son. Are you wishing a car crash on me? And he just goes, no, I mean, it's good. I'm glad you're okay. Anyway, Tiger, I'm so sad. Anyway. Fernando, how are you doing, sir? What is new with you? It is great to have you on the show. Welcome. This is your first time on Verbal Tap, and it's great to have you, sir.
Yo, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I've been really, really good. Just, again, like you guys say, going with the flow. Figuring out some situations in my life and getting better every day. I feel great. I feel hungry for a fight and for success. And I'm just sitting down, waiting for it. Well, not sitting down. I'm actually like working hard, like putting in hours and training. But that's pretty much it.
Kevin, you know what's great is last time I saw Fernando, we got to train a little bit, and he recently was like, hey, man, you got to come train. I was like, I'm in the middle of a job, but as soon as I'm finished with this gig, I will find time to come train with you. And surprise, Kevin, Fernando's pretty good at jiu-jitsu.
That only somewhat of a surprise. Fernando, you also have one of the coolest fighting names that exists. Fernando's just like cool on itself. Like Fernando, sounds regal and fighting. You had some Fernando Padilla, just sound ready to roll.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Every time I talk about like my name and stuff like that, like I don't even know like if I even say it loud myself, like Fernando Padilla, and he's like, is it really like a fighter name? And thank you for saying that it actually sounds like a fighter name.
Well, are you ready? Do you recall the name of the first card you fought on? April 18th, 2015, according to SureDog.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the name of that card?
Yeah, it was my first pro fight on the World Best Gladiators, WBG, I think is the company, against Carlos Rivera.
I can only then surmise that you are one of the world's best gladiators. Correct, Raph. Well, this is edition 8, so add them to the list, but there you go. Impressive.
So, Fernando, can I ask, what do you think is a good fighter name? Because Fernando Padilla, in my brain, sounds like, well, this guy's only got 2 career paths.
One,
he's going to be a good uncle, or 2, he's going to be a boxer fighter.
Look, I'm gonna answer with a question that I'm gonna put an answer there that like you don't even think I'm going to say. But bro, for me, when I was young, I look at my mom and ask her like, hey mom, why do you put Fernando as my name? Why do you didn't put Goku or Gohan or like shit like that? Like I'm talking about like just in general, saying my name, Fernando, like I don't know. When I was younger, I didn't know what I want to be, so I didn't knew what it's going to sound like. Now that I hear people saying it, it's I want Bruce Buffer to say my name. So yeah.
Your lips to God ears. We gotta
That's
get
a
you a
thing.
fight, man.
Yeah,
Because
I know.
here's the nice part is I've seen you fight. You have one of the best triangles that I've seen, and getting to roll with you is
Thank
kind of
you.
fun to break apart some of what you do. Like I was just really intrigued as to how you develop and do your sort of a thing. So, having said that, even though we haven't seen you in the cage in a little bit, what have you been doing to pass the time? Like what's new for you, and what's going on in your life right now, man?
Oh, I've been training a lot. I've been changing a little bit of my training too. So I've been training in different places now. I've been doing focusing on my hands a little bit more, my wrestling obviously a ton more. Um, my I have a new training conditioning coach, Chase Your Dreams, and honestly, it overall I feel that I just grow up a lot as a fighter and as a person through like all these hard years that he been like it's been 2020, 2021, and at least it was kind of hard for me a little bit. I got 2 wins, thank God, but personal life was kind of hard, and I feel that it's just I've been growing up, changing my mindset a lot. I feel more mature in the gym and outside in life. So I feel that when I get back to the cage, it will be like a totally different Fernando, but same. How do you say it? Same savage, just more control.
It's terrifying.
I
What
guess.
you're and I've now found you on the social medias. So
Yeah.
I'm having a real Instagram help me. It's either El Valiente or Elv Alien TE MMA rap. I don't think it's that one.
No, it's El Valiente MMA.
See, nailed it on the first one. 145 pounds though. Is that also why you're hungry? Be honest.
uh, no, no. It's a really good weight for me. It's natural. I never felt like suffering. Maybe the first couple fights, when you don't know how to weight it and you're like experimenting with your body. Maybe those times, yeah, like it kind of was hard. But with time, it's been getting.
Oh, I lost you for just a second. But you
Yeah,
said with time it's
okay.
getting better. Yep, there we go. You're back.
Fuck you.
So one thing I want to point out here for your social media
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
you have some of these like savage photos of you looking shredded,
Uh-huh.
staring at the camera. The hard part for me is that every time I see those, you still have like a little bit of a grin or a smile. So it's like this real like savage looking photo, and then you're just still kind of cheesing. So how hard is it to
Yeah.
navigate both that like warrior that we know you to be in the cage with also like I know you personally and you are goofy, so those smiles, that's also your personality. So how do you reconcile those
Yeah.
two different sides of you?
I mean, it's easy when the cage like gets close. Like when the cage is closed, it's different. It's a different world. I really feel for me as a personally as a part of my life, I feel that when I'm in the cage is when I'm more free. When I can do like that's the Fernando that like I always aspired to be, and like a good fighter. And I just feel that that's my job too. I put it like that. And when I'm outside, I'm just I can hide how I am. I'm not trying to be the goofy one. I'm not trying to be a funny dude. It's just how I am. Like I'm not really trying. So it's not hard to do the switch when I get in the cage. I mean, the lights are there, and that's what I do want to do. So I love fighting. I just let's see it like that, I guess.
Well, give some compliments to Chase Your Dreams because you're looking real good, man. Like,
Thank you,
you've
brother.
always been like that skinny frame, but
Yeah.
like not like you weren't strong, because roll with you. But man, you're putting on good muscle for your size. So
Yes,
credit to you, my man.
and for example, you like the question of like, are you hungry? You know, like 45 and I'm hungry. It's really really funny how like I look at myself and I do feel like that's why I post those pictures. No, like myself, I'm feeling good and I'm glad I'm doing good too. So, uh, but I weighed myself and I still weigh the same. I still own like I wake up at 160 and like in a good day, in a bad day maybe 155.
Oh God, wish
So, yeah,
that was a problem for me.
So yeah,
It's been a
isn't that
long time since I've seen
isn't
that
that a
part of the
problem?
scale. So, Kevin, you need to ask him some questions because Fernando, just so you're filled in on how the next part works. So Kevin's a friend to you right now, but you will be competing against him in the next segment that we do here in a few minutes.
Okay.
So he needs to get a little bit more intel for you because part of it is, even though you're picking against each other, there is a little trash talk element. And I know you're kind of good at that because you love the pro wrestling as well. So as a result of that, Kevin needs some ammunition because we don't just insult people randomly. We get to know them as friends and then we roast them. So Kevin, do you have questions for Fernando that could help better inform you?
Yeah, where are you fighting out of, location-wise now? Are you out in L.A.?
Chihuahua.
Okay.
Yeah. Chihuahua. Some people say Irvine, California, but I don't identify myself being from Irvine, California.
I'm going to remember that, Ref. In denial about Irvine. That's good to know.
The mean streets of Irvine, California.
Kevin can only understand how funny that is, being somebody who lives in Denver, Colorado. So, yes, the super mean streets of Irvine. People, man, don't sleep on that.
What is the most you've ever weighed?
The most I ever weighed, 185.
Okay, so you have weighed
Tops.
a wet Brad Pitt.
Fat, not doing nothing, eating every day.
Excellent. And jiu-jitsu-wise, you're at a 10th planet?
Yes, 10th planet. Jiu-jitsu, Chihuahua.
Okay.
They were going to ask which 10th planet?
What's that?
You were going to ask which 10th planet?
I was. Not
Oh,
that
damn, I answered your question. Damn.
So, to make things fair, because you also are somebody that I know is good-natured and roasts and talks a little trash, not mean, but just fun. Fernando, I think it's only fair that you get to ask Kevin some questions because you don't know him, and I don't want you to feel bad when you have to insult or roast him in this next segment. So do you have any questions for Kevin that would help you better understand him?
I have a question for you, Rolf.
Okay.
Who's Kevin?
Here we go. This is,
man.
I call him. I think we've made it. I say it right. El Valiente, and here we are. Just being
Here's what I would tell you, El Valiente. Kevin, I think, is much in Fight Club terms. I think I've been doing the podcast by myself, and that Kevin is some alter ego that I've created, and that someday it's going to be revealed that it's just me sitting and recording both sides of a conversation.
He's about to run into a real Spike Carlisle moment from March Madness in 2019.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He's going to find himself on the rough end of a decision tonight, Raph.
Oh, you weren't there for that fight. I was actually covering that fight, Kevin.
It's okay. At the end of the day, I always win the decision.
Kev, I don't think you understand how hilarious it is that you would reference Spike of all people, because last time I ran into Fernando, it was like those two ran into each other and they were saying good things, and it's always fun because I don't know if you get this about Southern California, Kev, but like we are a very small community. Like sometimes these guys get paired to fight against each other, and then the next week it's like, hey, bud, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, that fight was crazy. Anyway, good luck where you're going.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how this is one of the meccas of MMA, and like the more that you're in the sport, you realize that it's so small. Yeah, you start fighting and you start seeing the same faces in every show. Crazy. But you never see a Kevin there.
Oh my God, no, you don't.
That is
God.
exactly how the Masters have been.
So,
Same faces, different year.
What happened?
So Fernando, how are you able to, before we even get to the part where I say, oh, please trash talk Kevin, you're already coming in with hot fire insults. Are you known as somebody who talks trash in your gym sessions? Because with me and you, I just figure it's free to talk trash because I'm a goofball and I enjoy that sort of a role. But are you like this with other people when you're rolling with them or training with them?
It depends. It depends. It depends who, for sure. There's for example, there's people who like you cannot talk when you're doing like a sparring. There's other people when you're sparring and like you hit them or they hit you, you know that like it's going to be a smile in between. But like it always depends. It always depends. I never get to like train with a Kevin, so I don't know.
I will tell you this. If you train with Kevin, at the very least, he's taller than me, so you'll lose that advantage. But, that may be not a
I'm
huge
just
problem
waiting,
either.
Raph. I'm just waiting. I'm putting it in the cannon. I'm putting it on the message board because, I live out in Colorado where we had 40-mile-an-hour winds. And thank God I live in Colorado and Fernando lives in Irvine because at 145 pounds, the winds would have blown him away. He wouldn't have been able to go outside for the last 4 or 5 days. It would have been like a grocery bag in a hurricane, just gone. So it is good that we're in our location safely.
Different locations. Yeah, I know. But I'm long. I can FedEx you a jab if you want.
Hey, I'm just going to get you tangled up in a bag and watch you kite away. He's gone. He left.
Hold on. Did you say you were going to FedEx him a jab?
Yeah. You see how long I am? 76 reach.
No, I do.
I am slow enough.
Like
it will connect.
That, like Hulk Hogan's pythons. You're like, have you not seen this 76-inch reach? I mean, look at me, Jesus. No, you do have a wingspan that is ridiculous. You can darce people from across state.
I wasn't talking about my wingspan.
Oh God.
I'm joking, but yeah, I'm sorry.
No, clearly you're joking because if you had that going on, you'd be in a very different career. I'm pretty sure. Listen. Fernando, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask one more question to Kevin before we transition to the game. So is there something that you need? Like when you are roasting those training partners, what are the things that you need to know psychologically that allow you to get that edge or that allow you to get those good burns and jokes?
It's just time, being friends with them. But I guess are you white, Kevin?
Deeply. And I don't mean it like it's just a lot of European muttness. Yeah. From Irish to German, I'm deeply apologetic and very white. Yeah.
Okay. So like you're giving me like the advantage then. Okay.
Well, I did mention that jab, it would connect. That's how slow I am. Also, okay. I'd open the package. It's like, oh shit, it's the jab. Oh, damn it.
Well, I guess that's good. I don't need more questions.
I don't think you do either, but let the record show this is the first time when given the opportunity that one of our guests goes, "You white?"
It is. I almost felt like I should say no, but it's like I think people are going to find out the truth. Yes.
Let's go.
All right. Let's transition to the game of Over Under, Kevin.
Now it's time for another thrilling installment of Over Kevin.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a portion of the show that we call Over Under. Kevin, my name's Rafa Esparza. I host this part of the show. The way this works is very simple. We give each participant 15 seconds to say who they think is going to win on this upcoming UFC pay-per-view card. And if I so deem it, they will get 15 seconds of rebuttal time. Now, even though the person who correctly picks more fights is the winner, the true winner in our hearts is the person who talks the better trash. Gentlemen, do you both understand the rules? Kevin, do you understand the rules?
I nicknamed him the Tiger Woods of picks, but I think I understand the rules because I named myself the L Woods of picks. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, very nice.
I'm legally blonde
Fernando.
and pissed
Talking
off.
about this next card or past cards?
No, this card.
Yeah,
Because
we're
if
going
we
to
were
pick past cards. It's going to be
Okay.
a gas.
Okay.
Who's going to win, Anderson Silva or GSP?
I just didn't know if he was going to give us fights, and me and you had to like answer the faster who won the fight.
Up
That's why I
next,
was asking.
Bisping versus Forrest. Seatbelts on.
Look, if you want to talk shit in my English because you know I'm Mexican, it's okay. It's okay. Keep being racist, brother.
I would never,
God.
if only for the jabs alone. You way better than
I'm
me.
in a weird position here where I've got a Mexican on one side and I've got a white person on the other side.
I'm gonna make it weird. I'm gonna make it weird for you.
Oh my God, this is so good. He's making it his fight, Kevin. God damn it. All right, listen, gentlemen, you both understand the rules. Fernando, you understand the rules?
Yes, I do, and I don't
All
like
right.
Kevin.
Yeah, good. This is good. Keep that feel as we go into our first fight. Kevin, you're going to start us off. It's a catchweight bout between Julio Arce and Daniel Santos. Go. 15 on the clock.
This one's fun because it's an Arce Santos matchup, and there are a lot of abs involved. You know my rule. You got to go with the most amount of abs. Arce it is.
Santos.
So hold on. Kevin, what did you have?
Arce.
Arce. Okay. So let me just say this real quick. Fernando, did you already chime in with your answer?
Yes.
So you didn't even wait for me to go to you and say, hey, listen, who do you want? You just said 1, 2, 3, let's say it at the same time,
You said
sort of a deal?
15 seconds. You say 15 seconds. I literally count 10 seconds. I was like, okay, Santos.
No, I know, but for each of you, I don't have you say them at the same time.
Oh,
If you
okay,
say
I
them
thought
at the
we were
same time,
competing.
it's just no, it's not who gets it in first. You
Someone
are
was
competing.
Someone was talking before me. You didn't ask me.
Well, I was asking Kevin. I said, Kevin, who do you have
Oh,
winning? And
there's-
then you
Kevin is
chimed
playing?
in. Yes, Kevin is playing. Did you not know that he would be playing?
I don't know who's Kevin, but cool. Let's go. Keep going. I'm joking. Let's go. Keep
No, I
going.
know you're joking.
Guys, stop.
You know what? Commitment to bit. That was really good,
Let's
Fernando.
go. Let's go.
Like,
Let's go. Come on.
that
come
was
on.
excellent.
Rap's not
Wait,
racist
well-
for questioning you. I'm starting to
I
understand.
can't be
I'm
racist
following
to another
now.
Mexican. That's not how this works, Kevin.
Let's go. Kevin,
Thank you.
stop being racist, brother.
Yeah, thank you. We made it to 501 episodes before Kevin got called a racist. So
Kevin's dead.
you know things are going well. All right, Fernando, you're telling
Yeah.
us who's winning this women's bantamweight bout between Aspen Ladd and Raquel Pennington. Go.
Damn, Raquel Pennington. Good hands. I like her. OG.
Oh, gee, likes her for her intensity. Kevin, what do you have for us? 15 seconds. Go.
While we were discussing my heritage, I couldn't help but mention some Irishness, and I can feel the feistiness out of the lad. We're in that era of spring. We're just always pissed off. Pennington dropping on the cards. It's going to be lad. It's going to be lad.
So are you going for because you live in Colorado and there's an Aspen, Colorado?
I actually did have a strange comfort to that. I was like, why do I react well to that name? Oh, I do like Aspen as a name. MMA Gold Team, though, a little, whenever you're fighting Raquel Pennington, you're worried for people's safety. Snake tattoo.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that we're there. We're going to go to a welterweight bout, and this one is between Gilbert Burns and Kazmat Chimaev. Kevin, you start us off. 15.
We're chiming right into this. Okay. Well, I'm sure Fernando will neither confirm nor deny if he's friends with the dictator from Chechnya. But I know Kazmat has. So I already know how this one's going to end. I got to go with Kazmat. Come on.
Who do
I
you
don't
have
want
on
him
this
to
one,
win.
Fernando? 15.
Look, I'm gonna go honest with you guys, and I think a lot of people like it's busting up one of them and forgetting that the other guy is an OG who's been doing a lot of good shit there. So I'm going with Burns. I think he got it.
Hold on,
Can I-
Raph. Can we do inside baseball? Can I ask Fernando
absolutely.
Fernando, can I ask you a quick inside baseball question? And I'm always curious.
No, thank you.
No, you have to. This won't get you in trouble.
Hold on, Kevin. I figured out how this will work. Ask me, and I'll ask him
Okay,
for you.
Raph, do you think when they say no one would fight Kazmat, they were being honest, or plenty of people would fight him? Because that sounded ridiculous to me when they're like, no one would fight this guy. And I'm curious from Fernando's perspective, do promoters just say that, or is that a thing?
Fernando,
I just think that like honestly, like for sure, if you get a couple fights like that, people is going to start like questioning if they want to fight him or not, if they want to lose, if they want to like get involved into all that hype. But there's like I say, there's people who's been in the sport for a minute, OGs who like don't they are not scared of hypes. They've been on the hype. They've been driving the hype. They've been on the other side of the hype, and I feel that that's a powerful tool. You know, it's another thing to help you as a fighter, evolving and show like maybe how composed you can be inside the cage. And I feel that a lot of people forget about that part. A lot of people who's not fighters, you know, like Kevin, I feel that they forget about things like that. But
Follow.
I'm not saying that what
You're
Cosmo has
avoiding
been doing
me
is.
in the next podcast. I get it. I see. So yeah, fighters do avoid him, Raph. You heard it here.
But yeah, I guess it's just I don't know. I feel that I'm not want to make less what Chimaev has been doing, but I also don't believe that it's that good until he show it. You know, there's a lot of names that he have to fight.
So, okay. Again, we're talking inside baseball here.
Yeah.
What do you think? I know that you're saying mentality. Don't underestimate Gilbert Burns. You're a fighter. You analyze things differently than, say, myself or Kevin. What do you feel that Burns has that will be a deciding factor or a weapon that maybe we're undervaluing here?
I mean, he's a good jiu-jitsu player. His wrestling is good too, and like, what are you like valuing his last fight with Kamaru Usman? Are you thinking that is the same Burns is going to fight this next time? Why you don't go and see other fights? You know, where he wins, where he demolished people. You know, when he actually is the one who wrestled them or submit them or knock them out. You know, but yeah, like people forget. You know, people forget easy. That's why this sport is so hard to be like the best in the world. You know, even McGregor with everything that he did, now he's like, forgettable because this sport is evolving so fast. You know, everyone wants to be there. Everyone wants to talk it. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe that mentality that I'm talking about, that like having that hype before, fighting 5 rounds before, like it helps you against someone that don't have that, you know? I don't know. I think so.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'd love to see Burns pull this one off.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
There's a large part of me that wonders.
I don't hate like Chimaev or Council. Like I don't hate him. I hope he does what he's saying he's going to do, because he will be impressive. You know, it will be something legendary in this era. But I will like Burns to do what he's able, like we know he's able to do. You know.
Yeah, and I think that you're wise in saying you don't hate him. I think hate's always a strong word. I'm super bored by what he does. Like the whole thing with the bro Seth thing with him and Daniel. Like I dare until I don't care. Like that stuff to me is such a non-factor that everybody else gets really hung up on. But I think to myself, like, hey man, he's obviously a super good talent. That's not in question. But when they're like, what did they do? They went to the supermarket together. Oh, look at these guys. I go, I don't care, guys. Couldn't be more bored. but it is engaging the gossipy part of our sport that people get caught up in the storylines. So good for the civilians who are in that world. Anyway, we're going to go to our next fight. It's a lightweight bout, and it is between Vince from Hell Pichel and Mark Madsen. Fernando, you start us off. 15 seconds, go.
Oh, it's a hard one. I think from Hell.
So you are going for Vince. Why are you going for
Yeah,
Vince?
Beans. It's not. It's. I don't know. I need to. I don't know. I don't know them that much. I need to see what's up. I want to watch the card.
Okay, you're just saying I have to
Yeah.
see my result happen in front of me to know why. But yeah, let's go for him. Kevin, what do you have for us on this one? 15 for you.
Okay, this is tough for me because I have to agree with someone I strongly dislike,
Mhm.
which is my opponent, and I also have to go with Vince from Hell Pichel, and I'll tell you why. His mustache looks like he should be sheriff of Texas. I don't know if that's a job. I don't know if it's a position, but that's what he should be. It's amazing.
If it was, I'm pretty sure that would be other friend of the show. What is it? Tim Kennedy. I think he would probably be sheriff of Texas if they held that to a vote.
Too much of a
let me
loose
point this
cannon,
out.
Raph. Can't keep him in line when you need him
True.
to investigate.
But let me point this out. Vince Pichel is a friend of the show as well. I'm glad we're all on the same page. He loves him some violence, so we'll see how he does. It's hard for me to go the other way, but I don't want to discredit Mark. He's just not a friend of the show. We go to this next bout. Kevin, you start us off.
Mm-hmm.
And it is between Padilla Rodriguez and Kay Hansen. Go.
Yeah, you're giving me the tough ones. So this is tough, and we're going to talk gambling later because I think this is where I'm going to win some money on one Kay Hansen. Rodriguez is undefeated, but that tends not to matter as much, especially on the second fight of the night. I'm going with Hansen. And
All right.
do you know
Fernando,
why?
what do you have for us on
Because I
this one?
think it might be Taylor Hansen fighing now under a different pseudonym, and I'm here for it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep,
Thank
Hansen's sister.
Appreciate that.
Pop
Mhm.
it.
There we go. That makes perfect logical sense. What do you have for us on this one, sir? Fernando, 15 to you.
K. I got K. K is winning.
Oh, see?
Kay is going to win.
100%, bro.
Bop,
Kay is going to show up.
bop, bop, bop. Here we go.
So let's do this. Kevin, I'll ask you this because I don't want to put any implications anywhere else. Are you concerned, though? We're doing this and we have the actual ability of knowing how the weigh-ins went. This is like one of the first times in 18 fights that Kay has come in overweight. She has a perfect record of making it okay, but on this one she did come in a little bit heavier. Not an area of concern for you?
No, especially if she's coming in a little, having had some food. I'm all in on fighters eating when they weigh 115 pounds. Like, that's just too muscular for that weight, as most humans are.
I mean,
Fernando,
I'll tell you this much.
by the way. No.
Shut up.
Hey, listen, Fernando, you're going to tell us right now.
He's
who's
a
gonna win this
size
bout
0,
between-
Raph. I don't trust it.
Who's going to win this fight between Mackenzie Dern and Tisha Torres? Fernando, you start us off 15.
Torres. I got Tisha Torres.
You can't do that.
Tisha,
You're in
Tisha,
jujitsu. You can't do that.
Tisha.
Okay,
But I'm
not only are you rooting for Tisha, but you're chanting for her. Why do you like her better than jiu-jitsu?
I just like Tisha Torres. I just think she's a really complete fighter. I just think MMA involved. She's really complete. She's been in the sport for a minute too. So like, I hope she does good.
Kevin,
I don't
what
hate-
about you?
Well, yeah.
You should-
What's up with Kev?
Yeah, you know what? We're both Sagittarius. So why don't you just chill and try and befriend me instead of conquering? Raph, I have to go with Mackenzie Dern. And do you know why? Because I don't hate jiu-jitsu. Because I don't disrespect
Thank you.
it. And it's gi.
Thank you.
And every form of it. I'm not 11th planet. I'm not 9th planet. I'm just Kevinth planet. And I am going with Mackenzie Dern.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. And you're
I'm glad
welcome to
one-
jiu-jitsu. I want to tell everyone out
Yeah,
there.
I was about to say, I'm glad one person here respects jiu-jitsu, so I'm just saying. We're going to go to our next bout. It's a bantamweight bout between Aljamain Sterling and Peter Yan. Kevin, you lead us off. I'm actually going to put 23 seconds on the clock for this one. Who wins this one and why?
I'm going with Petra Yan, and I want to be on the record. I don't think Petra Yan wants anything to do with Fernando Padilla. I've heard them talking about a catch weight. I've heard it being discussed. He's not ready for that smoke, and I'm still going with Petra Yan.
All right. Fernando, what do you got for us?
Yo, I got John too. John is really good. I think he's been showing fight by fight that he just gets better, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to do in this next fight. Honestly,
Fernando, can you fight at one? Could you, in theory, fight at 135?
No, not at all. Not at all. My first fight, if you see my first fight in my record of professional, was at 135, and I didn't even made it. I was skinnier, I was younger, and maybe it was my lack of knowledge about cutting weight. Maybe I couldn't do it in the moment, but like I was up for like 900 grams. And like I was already watching, like looking shadows, like I was walking and looking at shadows walking or moving. I was like about to pass out. So if I couldn't do it in that moment, I don't think I can make it right now. You know, I am at least
by my count, you were 18 at the time.
Yeah.
Of your first fight. So he's not that much older now, everybody. That wasn't that long ago.
I mean, I'm 25 right now, and I passed through the 20s body change and then the 24 body change of a man too. So like, I feel that. Like. Well, that was my first like professional fight. It wasn't my first fight.
Oh, okay. How many amateur fights?
6 fights, 6 wins.
So he's been fighting since he was 14, Raph. Great.
It's late for most Mexicans, though, Kevin, if we're being honest. But to be credit, most Mexicans don't count the amateur fights that they have on their record. So
yeah,
I'm talking about the ones that happen at family barbecues
at 18,
and stuff like that.
That would be.
I'm going to see if I can sanction some of
I
those because I got some family members I would like to squabble some beef with. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be an amazing statistic. Barbecue fights underneath amateur.
It'll be my next venture. It'll be barbecue Theo fights. So there's a heavyweight bout, and it's between Alexei Oleinik and Jared Vanderaa. Fernando, who wins this one? Go.
I think Oleinik have it, maybe. Oleinik, yeah, Oleinik.
Okay. Kevin, what do you have for this one?
Vanderaa, because he weighs more, he's taller, and he's just a larger physical human being. Now, Oleinik, by the way, oh my God. Oleinik has fought in 76 sanctioned fights. 76, sanctioned fights. 76. This will be lucky number 77. Wonder what he learns. Yeah. Jesus.
It's a lot of fights in his career.
It's a lot of fights, period.
Losing.
Yeah. God damn.
But he also has a win over Fabricio Verdum. He has a win over Mark Hunt. He has a win over Travis Brown, Anthony Hamilton, Mirko.
Hold on, real quick. If his record says 76 fights, how many fights y'all think he's been in? Honestly.
Oh, God.
If his
you
record...
always take what it is and double it, Kevin. Don't you know that rule?
Yeah, Fernando, how many fights do you think Oleinik's been in? If his record says 76.
Oh, shit. Not a lot more of that, for sure.
100? 110? What do you think?
Yeah,
I bet it's
yeah.
north of 100 sanctioned in the kit. Anyway, sorry, Raph, go ahead. It's insane.
So, Fernando, just to fill you in on how this works, we do a wager here on the show. Now, the wager is never monetary because we all do MMA and jiu-jitsu. So, like, it's not smart to make that. But, Kevin, can you give us some examples of wagers that have been made on the show?
Oh, yeah. Somebody just had to buy ranch water because they were talking shit on what I was drinking
true.
last podcast. So they had to buy some alcoholic seltzers and drink them and taste what being wrong feels like. Shirt exchanges, which might work well because as I'm hitting here at El Valiente MMA, I'm seeing some shirt options, by the way, Raph, that I like. bb-oc.myshopify.com. So we could talk some different exchanges, but things like that, some social media bets or some little simple stuff.
Like shout outs and videos where the other person has to put over another one.
5-star
and it's hard
reviews.
to get videos
Yeah,
out
some
of
wrestling promos.
Fernando, I'm just saying, because he's
I
been 2
know.
years without doing a WWE BJJ submission, even though he's...
I know. I feel so bad right now. I cannot talk
You
nothing.
should. I want you to feel bad because you're so good at it and you're so animated. It's hard to replicate what you could bring to it. And I want to try and put you in contention for a title belt here, but I can't do that if you don't submit one.
Okay. I need to send them.
So next year we will have you in, but without saying what it is, do you have a bet in mind? So don't tell us what it is, but do you have a bet in mind that you would like to do? Because we got a few more fights to go over.
I guess, yeah, I do.
Fernando. Okay,
Maybe.
cool. We'll come back to that. But first, Kevin, you're going to tell us who's going to win, Mickey Gall or Mike Malott. Go.
I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm going with Malott because I just want to punch Mickey Gall so hard in the face, and it hasn't gotten any better. I'm out, Raph. I'm out. I'm going with Malott.
All right. Fernando, what do you got on this one?
I don't know if Mickey Gall is not getting better, but I go with Malad. Yeah, I think it's a good decision. He's been doing good.
Can I point out something here? The timing of this could not be worse for you, Fernando, because Mickey Gall actually participated in WWE BJJ Week and did a really good submission. Where
I bet he's a good jiu-jitsu guy. I like him.
Yeah. No, he's good. So he's kind of like a friend of the show now, Kevin. I hate to break it to you. Like his submission that he did with Christos Yagos was
Don't like
good.
Christos. Don't care for Mickey Gall. I want it on the
Understood.
record. They know where to find me if they have a problem with the way I run my mouth and my podcast and my business.
Colorado?
They can unmask me and find me down the street. I'll be there with a sign that says, "Fight me." I watched way too much WrestleMania, Raph. I'm all fired up.
You did, and I'm glad that you did because it was an educational process for you, I know.
It certainly had the same educational reference as, say, a community college class because they were the same length and time. God.
Come on.
You went with Mickey Gall to the same school?
No, he does
School
not
of
know Mickey
pretty
Gall in the
people
least.
that have a pass. Yeah, I went to that school, and I enjoy it greatly.
No, Mickey Gall. So, just so you kind of know how this works, Fernando. Whenever we put out,
Gall bullied Kevin?
No, he hasn't bullied him yet. But
He's
no,
not
in fact,
tall or handsome enough to bully me. Thank you, sir.
Mickey Gall had no clue who we were. Mickey Gall had no clue who we were, and Fernando, we had asked Christos, much like we asked you, to come up with a submission, and Christos did, and when he did, he's like, "Oh, by the way, I got Mickey Gall to make a surprise cameo," and I said, "Oh, what?" And he goes, "Yeah, we did CM Punk's moves because they famously fought each other, and the end beat for the video was he does the go to sleep and then the actual anaconda vice, and he hits a pretty sick anaconda vice, and at the end of it, he says, "See, CM Punk, I'm better at you at this too." And I looked at it and I said, "Holy
funny.
shit." Like, I didn't expect that cameo to happen, but by proxy, dude, you're pretty dope for making an appearance in our yearly thing.
I hope you're saying all this don't jinx him into losing because he did it.
No.
And CM Punk lost. CM Punk didn't did good. So like, just imagine you're jinxing him. That's why I didn't say like his name. That's why I didn't pick him up. I didn't want it to jinx him. But now you did.
So hold on. Are you here
Damn,
putting spells on this?
Damn,
Like,
bro. Damn.
don't.
bro.
No. Don't jinx this. You're jinxing it by making a thing out of it. I was pointing out facts. He just submitted to our thing. You're
Okay.
now trying to come up with some sort of Mexican curse and being like, well, my tia, she's going to put a curse on her tamales the next time she's making them.
Mira, a mí no me estés hablando así, ¿eh?
Okay. Listen, stop. I can't have you
Next fights.
confusing Kevin anymore. Because we've already gotten to the Espanol portion of the show. And there's no
Entiendo un
translator
poco.
here. Thank you, Kevin. So we're going to go to a middleweight bout between Anthony Hernandez and Josh Fremd. What the fuck name is that? Fernando, Anthony Hernandez, or Josh Fremd? Go.
Fremd is the it's like you have red hair, right?
I'll get a confirmation.
Factual.
On that.
Yeah, I
I
think
believe
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think he have
Factual.
like red hair. Like, okay, I think I'm going with Ferd.
Fremd.
How do you call it?
Fremd.
Fremd.
Oh,
It's
you know what?
weird.
I'm gonna.
There's a
Because
name
you
in
know,
it.
Yeah, let me try this.
I lost against Spike, and Spike was red-headed too. So I believe they have like an upper hand right now.
It's a big upswing for the redheaded stepchildren right now. Kevin, let me rephrase this one. Do you have Anthony Hernandez or Right Said Fremd? Go.
I'm going to stick with my original pick on this fight, Mr. Hernandez. For
Okay,
both
cool.
Thank you.
scary tattoo. What do you say?
Thank you for not changing your pick just because you wanted to be cool with me.
You're welcome. You went with the redhead, and I have no interest. He's 6'4". He's too tall for this division. Too tall.
Yeah.
I'm going with Hernandez.
All right, Kevin, you're going to go next. 15 seconds on the clock. Who wins? Ian Gary or Darian Weeks? Not months. Go.
I like Gary. Can possibly be his name. But you know what? There's a few fights you can win some big money on, and I do think this is one of them. I don't know if he can. Weeks is the guy if you want to win big money. I'm going with Ian Gary.
Gary. Fernando, what do you got on this one, sir?
You know, I'm going with the opposite of Kevin.
Okay.
The future.
Oh, okay. That was it.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, just literally the quickest
If you
statement anybody can make.
You don't understand. It's Ian Gary is the future, right? That's his. That's his nickname, right?
Mhm.
Is that who you're going with? You're going with Gary?
Yeah, I'm going with Ian Gary, but
Yeah.
I feel that he have good future, not like Kevin.
So hold on. Didn't Kevin also pick Ian Gary?
Yeah, he picked Gary, but I say the future, so he's like the opposite of Kevin. Kevin had not future.
Oh, okay. So that was a diss while also agreeing with
Yeah, it was-
Kevin's pick.
Yes. Yeah. Also, I guess.
No, listen, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just it
No,
was
I
a
think
it was a
he's
subtle jab as you were moving out of the way. I get it.
He's agreeing with my decision. No, I'm
Oh.
not agreeing with him.
He was saying
Mm-hmm.
this relationship won't work while taking my name. I get it.
I don't like that guy.
Yeah, I know. Well stated. All right, listen. Here's the final fight of the night. It is a featherweight bout between Alexander Volkanovski and the Korean Zombie. Fernando, I'm going to give you 23 seconds to say who you think is going to win and
Can
why.
I have
Go.
a question? Can I have a question first before you put the 22 seconds because I want to say something? Do you save it
Sure.
at the end? Do you save it till the end because I'm a 45er?
No, it's the last fight. Like customarily, we pick the last fight to go on with the last one.
Yeah, sure. Okay. No, well, 22
Wow.
seconds. It's starting right now. I'm gonna tell you right now something weird. The Tuesday night, I have this dream about Korean Zombie knocking out Volkanovski. I was going with Volkanovski, but after that dream, I was like, damn, maybe it's a premonition. So I'm going with Korean Zombie. And if Korean Zombie knock Volkanovski out, you hear it first in here.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Fernando coming in with the gift, telling us
who did he pick?
he picked
worry
the
about-
Korean zombie, Jung, Sung Jung.
Okay, well, I had the problem with the Koreans. I love it. First of all, if you are right about some of your picks, you can win people a lot of money. I
Maybe.
have to go with Volkanovski because but I want to
Yes.
be crystal clear. Minus 800 versus plus 550.
Yes.
That means you can win a lot of money on
Yes.
Mr. Young. But no, I'm going with Volkanovski.
Yeah, he's the most reasonable thing you can do, right? But like that's what I'm saying. I don't know why I had that dream. So
I love
Crazy.
this. Hold on. If you do have that one correct, we might have to make that one count for 3. Can we add an addendum to the rule?
I can go double on that one.
Okay, I'll give him 2. I want to give you 2 points, Fernando, if you get that one right. I want to give you an extra
Okay.
point.
I appreciate that, Kevin.
No, you earn that. You earn it.
So let me ask this, Fernando. Have you ever had those kind of premonitions or dreams about other fights? Is this a regular occurrence? Because I would assume you do dream a little bit about fighting. It's
Yeah.
probably going to be seeped into your subconscious. But have you had other fight picks like this that have come in your visuals?
It's the first time that I had a dream like this. But for example, if you ask me the last Amanda Nunes fight, I remember I got to the house of my friends who we were going to watch it, and no, even earlier when I was with right when I wake up, I saw I grabbed the phone and I saw social media and I saw that people were saying that Amanda Nunes was the next big undefeated girl. Nobody else is going to defeat her, and then she's going to kill every girl and whatever. And in that moment, I feel this Ronda Rousey feeling. I had this Ronda Rousey feeling when then like everyone was saying the same thing about her, and it was that exact same day. And I remember I got to the house of my friend, and I was like, you know what? I feel that Amanda is going to lose, And then I see like kind of the press conference, and like I feel that a lot of people was overwhelming her with the hey, you're the best, nobody can beat you, nobody can beat you, and another Ronda Rousey thing happened, like it was crazy. I feel it was crazy for me, but I tell you, a dream like that, never.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Listen, this is great to hear because maybe you aren't without any kind of exception here.
No, that's why I don't bet in MMA, because MMA is the exception of the exception. You have people who can do that, like predict the future, predict their fights, like Conor McGregor. How many fights did he predict till it didn't work? So like, I just feel that these are just things that happen to me that like maybe, like I tell you, maybe I'm right, maybe I don't. Maybe you have the different dream, but it got to be me, the guy who got that dream, and the guy who you asking today. So that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't really care what anybody else thinks today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because you're on
Yeah,
our show, so you
appreciate it.
So here's the thing, Fernando. In the event you guys tie, because there are always weird things that happen, and sometimes there is a statistical tie on the picks.
Okay.
We go to fight of the night and performances of the night. So there's usually one fight of the night and 2 performances of the night that they tend to give out. So from the ones that we've listed here, do you have 2 people that you would consider as getting performances of the night, and what do you believe would be the fight of the night?
It's hard, man. It's I think the fight and performance of the night might stay with the 2 top fights, with the champs fights. I think if Sterling is well prepared, they're going to have performance of the night or fans or fight of the night, and it depends how the fight with Volkanovski and Korean Zombie goes. I think that's the performance of the night fight
For who?
for the winner. Damn, I have to pick it.
You gotta pick your.
No, that's not how you
You got
gotta pick
Sterling
No,
Yan.
It's okay. So I think Sterling Jan is going to be the fight of the night.
Okay.
And my pick for performance of the night is going to be Korean Zombie because I'm going with him. So yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so I've got
One
Sterling Yan,
more.
and then I need one more performance of the night because I've got Korean Zombie as one of your performers of the night. Did you say that Yan or Sterling was going to be one of the two performances of the night, or was that going to be?
I'd say that they're going to be the fight of the night if they were
Mhm.
paired. And I'm gonna go with Ian Gary
Okay.
performance of the
second.
night. Second
Okay,
performance. Yeah.
Kevin, what do you have for us?
Hold on, I'm gonna write Gary down on his. I have performance of the night 1, Petra Yan. Performance of the night 2, Mackenzie Dern. Shouts it out, Jiu-Jits.
Okay.
Fight of the night, Burns Chimaev. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So earlier we asked you if you had a bet in mind, Fernando. Now is the time. We usually defer to the guest. So what did you have in mind as a wager for over under Kevin on picks?
You need to buy 3 of my shirts.
Kevin?
XXXL.
There's I will only buy ones that fit. I will say. I'm staring at this. Raph, I like the idea of a shirt challenge. I do like
Yes.
this. I like this.
So are we talking a
combination.
shirt exchange on this one?
Yeah. Yeah, a shirt buy for the winner, right?
Okay.
Essentially, so if I lose, I'll buy a shirt. If he loses, he'll buy a shirt.
Can I buy you whatever shirt I want? Can I buy you a polo? Can I buy you a Ralph Lauren?
No, you buy one of our branded shirts, you dork.
Guys.
Like, how dare you?
A T-shirt from Hot Topics?
Or, hey, I accept either that or you have to buy me one of your shirts. I'll accept
Okay,
either.
perfect.
That's a good one. I like that. You know what? Because we should be branding you. So, Kev, that's a good idea. You either have to
Right.
buy a shirt or you get a shirt.
Okay. What if you win, Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
I give you a shirt of Fernando Padilla and then I buy a shirt of you guys?
I accept. I accept that.
Yeah, that works.
And I'm staring at yours right now. And frankly, I have to urge our listeners, regardless of this bet, you got to see these anti-broke clubs. You got to go check it out. You got to get
So
to Alvariante
tell us,
MMA.
Fernando.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Nice.
Fernando, tell us about the shirts. Where did that come from, and how did you guys start putting that together? Because I love the name.
These are awesome.
Yeah, so this is one of my friends over here. Is crazy. I met him on an Uber 2 years ago. He was my Uber driver, and we were just talking in the Uber, and I was going really fast to a place that the Uber was going to drop me. I was going there just like for 5 minutes. I was going to talk with someone. I don't remember really what it was, and then I asked him because the conversation was really cool. I asked him if he could wait or if I can link some drive. So he was like really cool with it. He's like, no, don't worry. I wait for you and I just take you to your place. You can pay me with cash if you want, whatever, right? And I just like from there the relationship started going on, and then we just started talking, and we had like some things in common. And then he told me he wanted to do a brand of clothes. He wanted to wear his own clothes and do his own brand, and he wanted to sponsor me as a fighter. And I told him let's do shirts. That will be a really big help for me. I've been looking for someone to do it, and we start working together. We've been working together since that day that we talk about it, and we've been putting a lot of ideas there. Now we have another guy from Chihuahua too. We're doing a shirt for him too, and it's coming up. It's coming up, and check it out. It's really good quality. We like he's focusing a lot on that more than nothing, the quality of the shirt, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to like it.
Well, that's awesome to hear, man. Congratulations on that. Listen, as is customary on our show, we usually give the guests who come on the opportunity to come back the next week to talk about the fights. So if you'd be interested in coming in sometime next week when we record to talk about the fights, we'd love to have you back.
Yes, sir. Well, but just you, Ralph.
Oh,
A little bit of comfortable with the other dude over here.
Verbal Tap fans, that'll do it for us tonight. I am Kevin, and I will not be in Chihuahua soon. Not soon.
No, I'm joking, Kevin. I'm really glad, and I'm really glad to be here, and I'm really happy to meet you and talk to you guys today. Thank you so much for. I know at least with Ralph, I've been like having really bad reputation. I've been man, I've been just so busy. I've been training so hard, and I just get distracted really easy. So I forgot about a lot of stuff. But I'm glad I make it today. I'm really glad.
You
I
know
make
what?
It
You made up for it by making up today. So I'm happy you're here. And next week we're gonna resume the conversation, and we will have some good times talking about it, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good night. Good fight.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is